First of all, I thought that we came out and made a statement, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to make sure we were not flat coming out, and I don't think that we were. I thought we came out and played extremely well, other than the first play of the game, which sort of frosts you sometimes with bad decision coming underneath the route, and something that we had worked on. But other than that, I thought we played very crisp, and Connor was very, very effective in the first half. Pulled him after that, and played about 70 players. Threw the ball very, very effectively. They run the ball probably a little bit better than we did, although I thought Nick Hill did some really nice things in there. And, no turnovers, very, very few penalties. Stopped on a fourth down once and came up with 2 turnovers. So based on that, I think that we came out, we did what we needed to do. We had a dominant football game, and we move on to the next one. So I take questions.
Yes, Coach, what were your immediate thoughts when your starting quarterback had his knee bent backwards on a personal foul on the first series?
Oh, no. Yeah, that looked pretty ugly out there, but, he rebounded after that, and he went right back in the football game, didn't really miss a snap. So that was a positive, and I think he's fine. Pretty sure he's fine based on how he played. And the thing about Connor, he's very resilient. He came back and played very, very effectively. So those are good things. But it's not
Mark, over here, can you talk about how a performance like this really, ideally sets the tone for the rest of the season?
Well, it's only the first game. I think you have to play things out. We've got a big contest next week. Everybody in here understands that. We'll talk about that later. But it's the first game. But out of the box, because we were able to play a lot of players, we will be able to see what those players were able to do. Especially on the defensive side of the ball, I felt, where we have some untested guys. So pretty much played our twos in their secondary on the perimeter a lot in the second half. And we got everybody in. So we played 5 defensive tackles. I think we played 7 linebackers. I think we played 11 defensive backs. So we played a lot of people on defense, and you're going to make some mistakes when that happens, but that's how you get better. There is no substitute for game experience, and so some of those guys, like Demetrius Cox, played a lot for the first time. You saw Monte Nicholson in there playing, and Mark Myers, and Jermaine Edmondson and Arjun Calhoun. So those guys right at the top of my head are guys that really needed the experience, and that was a positive to see. So, but we move on. We got to get better as a football team. That's the thing that I think you want to do every single game, is try and get better.
Mark, Jacksonville State was trying to push the tempo as kind of expected. How do you feel that the guys, without having looked at the tape yet, how do you feel they reacted to the speed early and getting into a rhythm and getting as many players in as you did to getting those substitution patterns down in that?
Yeah, they hit the first big pass play, but then they were 3 and out, I believe. And then the one series that they scored on, they gassed us. And I think we have to get our guys out when we see them gassed. But they gassed us on that. We had one guy, probably get gassed on 3 straight plays where he was at the point of attack, and didn't make a play. So that's going to happen, and you learn from those things as a coach, and you condition yourself as a player, and understand that those things happen, and you move forward. But otherwise, I thought that we were pretty effective out there in terms of what we had to do, getting people on and off the field. And again, I go back to, I think maybe we had 1 penalty. I'm not sure. 2. So played pretty well from the standpoint of unforced errors. I think we had 1 offsides penalty and we had the hold. So that was a positive, big positive.
You played I think 6 true freshmen, probably more than you've played in the past few years. Was that an active decision, or just kind of how the depth kind of played itself out?
No, that was an active decision. We played Malik McDowell, we played Craig Evans in there, we played Montez Sweat, played Monte Nicholson, and who else did we play? Chris Bryan, which he was here, and Brian Allen too, and Chris Bryan too, so he's 77. But they deserved to play. They put themselves in that position to play, and so they got those opportunities because we felt like they deserved those opportunities. They're very good football players. And they need game experience, and this is the time to find out, put them in the soup a little bit and let them play. And, a lot of those guys are on the defensive side of the ball, obviously, but they'll improve with their opportunities to play, and that's what you have to do, I think. But it's more than we played. But that's the nature of it. We had a good recruiting class, we've said that. Those guys can play at this level, and I think they can play now.
Mark, after all the, go ahead.
Speaking of Brian Allen, Mark, if Travis is out long-term, is Brian that next guy?
I think Brian's that next guy. He was in there early in the game, and also we can juggle things around it to create some other situations for us too. So we'll see how Travis is, but at the same time, I think Brian Allen's a very good player, and I think that we got to get Clemens up to speed a little bit. And he just moved over there, but he can be a good player. We'll see what we have to do beyond that. We did not take the red shirt off Mikado today, but he's a very good player as well. But obviously, he only has 2 years left. He needs to be playing a lot of football if he's going to be playing.
Mark, your quick strike offense we saw tonight looked like a far cry from the offense we saw 365 days ago in the opener last year. Can you put into words how far this offense has come and how much it's improved in a calendar year?
Well, obviously, quite a bit. But I think what we have is we have an identity at quarterback, an established guy who we're saying he's the quarterback. We're established at wideout, we're established at tailback, an identity at tight end. And, I think our offensive line is solid. So, you sort of expect that to happen based on what we've been seeing in the spring and what we've seen in the fall camp too. Our guys believe in each other, they're making plays, and you saw that, and we're very close to breaking one on the run. We had some wide receiver runs as well, but, we've got some different things going, but I think we'll be able to run it too.
Mark, what does it say about a guy like AJ to go through all of the things he had and then come in and make a great catch like that? And did you see what happened with McGarrett?
AJ, responded, a couple big catches, big body wide receiver, can go get the ball, gives us another weapon out there. And like I said, we're deep at wide receiver, and I think you see that. With McGarrett, we won't talk about injuries, but I think he'll be fine.
And Mark, from our perspective, it looks like things ran pretty smoothly with Tawan at the mic, and just in terms of communication at linebacker, was it as smooth as it looked, or were there some hitches early on?
Well, there's always going to be hitches, especially when you're playing a fast-paced offense, and they were fast. They were snapping the ball every 15 probably as they moved, when they hit high tempo. So they're pretty fast. But I thought he played well in there from the game field. I thought he played pretty well in there for his first game at Mike linebacker. So we'll have to, obviously, you got to wait and see the film because things are happening very quickly out there. So, but again, we played John Reschke in there as well, and I thought he made some plays as well. So it's a good situation.
I'll take the last one from Mike, and then we're going to be more players in. Good one.
Coach, you covered a lot of ground. Just kind of going down the checklist, was there anything you didn't get done tonight that you wanted to get done with this football game?
Well, you always want to play a perfect game. So, to me, we weren't perfect. There are some things out there that you'd like to see not happen. Some things are structure that we have to quickly analyze and get changed, and I think we did do that, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I think we need to run the ball a little bit better, personally, but, you gotta wait and see how that all shook out. I thought we protected the quarterback pretty well. I thought we threw the ball very effectively. 0 turnovers on offense and 2 penalties. Came up with 2 turnovers. So, all in all, I think that we got done what we wanted to do because we came out fast and we had energy on the sideline. We were not flat. We didn't take the team for granted. And we'll say this about Jacksonville State. They'll hit you. They'll continue to play through the process. The number 8 team in, I guess we FCS. And they're going to win a lot of football games because they've got a good scheme. They've got, I saw 3 pretty good quarterbacks out there. So they're going to win a lot of football games. So I think it's a good football team that we play. So, time will tell. But you come away from it saying it's 45-7. It's pretty lopsided by the score. But I'm sure there's things we still need to improve on. But it's a good first one.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.